Hey y'all, welcome back to Sunny's Little Corner. So if you're new here, welcome. Click that little subscribe button down below. Don't worry, it won't bite. Doing so, you'll be able to see this face every Friday, because who doesn't want to see this face every Friday? I'm my beauty guru Candlelit, so let's go ahead and jump into this video. What I have for y'all today is indeed how I did my makeup in high school. I know that to some people this may not be much or like drastic, but it's very cringe-worthy to me. I don't know, looking at these products again, just some of them I can't even believe I used. And just so y'all know, there wasn't any primers, there really wasn't any brushes. I pretty much used what came with the product, and it was pretty much next to nothing. For those who don't know, I am 21 and I did graduate from high school in 2013, so it wasn't too long ago, but a lot of this stuff I still have in like the graveyard of my beauty collection, like stuff that I haven't even seen since then. Like last night I was trying to get together all the stuff that I remember using in high school. I did have to pick up two things, which was the eyeliner that I always used and then the blush that I always used. So those were the only two things that I did get, but other than that, I pretty much have them all still here. Some of them may be expired, who knows, but oh well. For the sake of this video, we're gonna use them, and I'm probably gonna toss them afterwards anyway, because they're just so gross and I never use them. I really wasn't allowed to wear makeup until high school, and when I did wear makeup, I had no clue. Like, YouTube really wasn't around, and if it was around, I didn't even know about it, and so I wasn't able to learn everything that I'm teaching y'all. So I had to learn on my own, and a lot of these products, like, I stopped using because by the end of the day it ended up making me orange and like a Oompa Loompa, and my eyebrows were so thick because I wasn't allowed to wax them or pluck them because my mom was afraid that I would just remove them completely because I wanted them thin, 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 thin. And so she was so afraid that I would just have no eyebrows, like whatsoever. So I was not allowed to wax them or to pluck them or anything. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and comment down below what year you graduated from high school. So let's go ahead and jump into this cringe-worthy of a video. So I think what I'm gonna do is to start off with my hair to kind of show you how like similar it was. Okay, so I just kind of part it however it falls, but like for my hair, I used to have like this really like deep side part to where like the majority of my hair was on one side. And then I used to have, I don't know if you guys remember this trend, but the feather trend, I used to have one that was actually attached to like some hair of mine. I ended up having to take that out for school because it wasn't allowed, but I ended up finding one that I could easily take out. So yeah, there we go. But I still have my little hair clip that are also like brooches or something, but I still have those, and the one that I usually wore was this white one. So what I would do is I would take my bangs and then I would kind of make it like a bubble, and then I would take this hair clip and then I would just push it up. So instead of like bobby pins, it would be just the hair clip. Alright, so now that we're done with our hair, we will move on to our makeup. I mostly just jumped to foundation, but I do remember using this on a couple of occasions. It's the CoverGirl True Magic. I don't even know if they still sell this. It's this skin perfector, and it's like this like balm. Oh man. I don't even know what this is, like, to be honest. Like, I don't know, like, I used to grab chunks of it and then I used to put it like in my hands, and I only put it like on my, oh my gosh, that's like silicone. I I only put it on my T-zone, and then I kind of just like went out from there. And then for our foundation, I mostly used the CoverGirl True Blend and 410, and this was the lightest shade that they had at the time, and it was honestly too dark for me. And there weren't any beauty blenders or really any foundation brushes. The only thing that I had available was the makeup sponges and makeup wedges, so I actually found an old makeup sponge. So I grabbed that. So I used to just pump it onto this makeup sponge, and then that's how I applied my makeup. And of course, this gave me like zero coverage whatsoever. Okay, so after foundation, I would use this as my concealer. It was the Instant Age Rewind Eraser Treatment Makeup in 120 Creamy Ivory. That sound, like I wouldn't know like how this would work, so I would just keep doing this. I would put this right under my eye. Oh, that smell. So that used to be my concealer, and then I would take my makeup sponge, but on the opposite side, and just like blot that in. Next was powder, and I always used the CoverGirl True Blend in 405 Light, and I had to get a new powder puff because my last one was just so disgusting, so I ended up having to get a new powder puff. But oh man, this is the product that made me very, very orange. This and the concealer made me super orange and Oompa Loompa. After I powdered my face, and of course left my ears alone, and I don't know if you can tell, but there's like this huge makeup line. I didn't even know that you should blend. Then what I did was I did take a Bare Minerals in Warmth, and that was my bronzer. And I don't know if you can tell, but this is super, super, super dark for me. But for my bronzer, I just put it like right there, and then I just kind of smeared it out. And then sometimes I just took my hand and I would just kind of soften it out. And then also I would take my powder puff and then I would just kind of go over that. And that's how I would hide my mistakes, is just going back over that with my powder puff. So after I bronzed and then pretty much just covered it back up with my powder, I then took CoverGirl Cheekers and Natural Rose 148, and so I used the little brush that came with it, and then I would just go ham with the blush, and then I would just apply it right above my bronze. And then next I would do my eyeshadow, and I mostly stuck between the palettes. This one that I mostly used was the Maybelline New York palette, and as you can tell by the colors I mostly used. And I always followed the diagram that was back there. And then this one I also purchased, which is the Natural Light Micro Smooth like trio from Sephora, and as you can tell I hit pan on that. And for this I used what brush came with it, but I lost those a long time ago, so I'm just gonna pick up like a similar brush that I have. So what I would do is I would take this light tan color and I would apply that right on the lid. And if there was ever fallout, I would just take my thumb and I would just like brush it away. And then I would take the darker brown, I would put that in the crease. And then I would just kind of blend that out just a little.
Because, you know, I didn't want to look crazy or anything.
I would take the white and I would put that under my brow bone. I would also take more of the brown, like the dark brown, and just put that right on the outer V.
Thank goodness I knew what blending was.
Somewhat. Alright, and then I would do my eyeliner next, and I always used a Kohl pencil that was mechanical, and this is actually the one that I used to use. I mostly stole it from my mom in her makeup drawer, and then I ended up getting my own. It's the Unstoppable Eyeliner All Day Wear, smudge proof and waterproof, and it's in the 701 Onx, which is, I guess, black. For eyeliner, I always did my waterline. Like, I didn't even know how to do eyeliner, you know, for your eyelid. So I would just take this and I would just smudge it on my waterline. And this, of course, made my eyeballs look super small, even though they're already small enough. But this is how all the other girls did it. And then what I would do is I would curl my eyelashes. And then lastly, for mascara, I would mostly use these 3 mascaras, sometimes 4. So I would first use the Maybelline Falsies Big Eyes, and then for the second coat I would do the Maybelline Mega Plush Volume Express. For the third coat I would use the Manga Voluminous Black Angel, and then for my very last coat I would use the CoverGirl Bombshell Volume by Lash Blast. So these were the 4 mascaras that I used to use in high school because there weren't falsies. They were just your natural eyes. So let me go ahead and show you kind of how I did it. So what I would do is I would just start on one eye, and then I would apply the first coat, and I would do 3 coats of each mascara. I would have them already open because I would apply each mascara in each coat whenever my eyelashes were still wet. after I made a mess of myself with the mascara, I would just not even wait till it was dry and just take my brush again, and I would just like brush it out. And then as far as the lid goes, I would just kind of just brush it out, kind of make it not so noticeable. And then sometimes I would take that lid shade again, and then I would just put that over top. And that's how I covered those mistakes. As far as my eyebrows, I never ever filled them in, but for the sake of showing you how thick my eyebrows were, I'm just going to kind of lightly fill them in so you guys can kind of see how like thick they were. And then for lips, I always wore a CoverGirl and it was always pink, and I don't remember exactly which one I used to use. I think it might be the Honey Bloom 245 and CoverGirl. Alright, so that concludes this cringeworthy Throwback Thursday high school day look. I hope you enjoyed and got a few laughs out of this. I am so ready to scrape this off because of how it feels, how it looks, and it's just way too dark for my skin. And it's not even blended. Like, there's this huge makeup line. I know you guys can't tell with the lights, but I look so tan right now. Like, let me see if I can adjust my camera so you guys can see like how dark I look. I don't know if you can tell. I don't know if this is better, and if you can tell that I look extremely dark, like way too dark for my skin tone. Like, can you just see like from my chest to my face? Do you see?
Do you see?
It's not even the same color. Like, there weren't even light foundation shades or light powders or translucent powders back then. It was all just a couple of colors and that was it. My, oh my, oh my. But I hope you guys enjoyed this last kind of fun tutorial before I start my Halloween series, which will start next week. And by this time I will have the makeup look determined for what I'm going to do for you guys next week. I did have a poll on Twitter of what makeup look you wanted me to create for my first Halloween tutorial. I think that is expired by now, but I will have different polls go up every single week for you guys to vote on what you want to see that week. So go follow me on Twitter. All of my social media is always linked in the down bar below for you guys to go and follow, so that way you can keep up with me and my life and my channel, and that way you also have a say in my channel as well. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I shall see y'all next Friday. Bye!